gosh, what is today? Oh, of course. Today's July 17th, 2021. So the best way to hue in on star energy and understanding how it affects your world is to note the days when you got a lot of it going on. So whether or not you're tuning in July 2021, or you're tuning in a timeline that's somewhere in the future, right? Look back in your pictures, look back in your memory, and remember this time. Now, we have Venus, which is just now getting into the orb of the old Regulus count. What do I mean by old Regulus count? I mean whenever Regulus was in Leo at 28 and 29 degrees, depending on the 1900 or 2000 count. When 2018 happened, and then the subsequent backlashes of repeating cycles that happened thereafter, moved us into a Virgo Regulus count. So I talked about this in a couple of videos ago. Regulus energy is, so if you have any energy in your chart from 24 degree, well, no, 26, because 26 would take you to the final orb. See, this is why Venus is just now in the orb. 26 degrees of Leo all the way to 29 for sure. If you've got anything at 28, 29, or your MC, your True Node, or any of your AC, DC, IC, MC, any of that is even set up on Regulus, that's an archangel. That's the ruler. Regulus basically controls Aquarius and Pisces. Sorry. Regulus controls Aquarius and Pisces. So it controls it at the very, very top of the chain, which is why it's a royal signature of of Cygnus, which is what we would consider basically our dead relatives from all existence of when you were down here. The angels. That's Cygnus. We got engines running. I got too much stuff going on in my room to do this video right now. But I want everybody just that watches to make an imprint. Oh, big red truck. Ooh, we'll lift you up and take you higher. And take you higher. Regulus energy is, and if you have any energy in the Leo counts, then it's king and royal energy. You are a king, queen, but it's in the body. It's like king per old Merovingian counts, king from Leo, the line, right? Because it's in Leo, but it's you have that energy within you that makes you powerful within what? Large organizations, businesses, because why? Because you're connected to so many in the Leo lines, all mammals, all bodysuits of humans that are down here, which makes you at those top decans connected to all of those other people, which is why you have so much authority and power. The thing is, whenever you're dealing with Regulus, what happened is we're moving it into Virgo. So that's what we're experiencing. Regulus right now, Venus is going into the old Leo counts. So we're igniting that blue blood too, and that creative energy in your body. So what lessons does that bring up in people's lives? A whole bunch. This is where when you claim and you're here and you know that you're here to assist in large mass efforts here on Earth, that, you know, New Earth and what and all the, no matter what you're doing, and you have Regulus energy, you've probably had a lot and lost a lot. It's kind of like, you know, the football player story where, you know, me losing my company. You know, that's a great example. You'll have enough to show you that you could do it, and then something is going to bring you down in a money way to make you humble, because you have to keep your head straight, and money is a powerful energy no matter what current it's in. If it's bartered or not, it doesn't matter. When it's backing and associated for all the people, and you stand for all the people, because you do when you have Regulus, which is why you can't get away with shit either. You can't get away with, it's like all the kings betting against each other. Like you fuck over another king, trust me, they're gonna get your ass at some point. Depends on how ancient they are, how long they wait. Like you're gonna get your ass kicked and you don't even remember why. That's my point. That's where Venus is moving into right now. And then what I wanted to bring up with that, because Mars is right behind it, okay? So Venus and Mars are conjunct, but Venus has the new codes. Venus is activating through these systems first, because it's a feminine frequency that has to hit, because Mars can't pick up without it. We're working together now, and that's activating formal hot. It's starting to activate formal hot, which is up where Jupiter is. See, Jupiter's at 1 degree. It's still backing up, and it's at formal hot. And formal hot is the other archangel. That'd be Gabriel. That's over there at the beginning degrees of Pisces, and would be considered that first slit. The veil. From the water, it's like you can see, you're looking down at a bunch of water, and you see your reflection. Now you see through the water. You see that there's other fish down there. It's not just you. So it's activating Jupiter, it's activating Fomalhaut, which is then activating more of all this energy. It's ping-ponging back and forth. There's a whole bunch of yods and stuff going on with Regulus right now. So this is money stuff coming up. Like, what energy's going on? What's going good? What's not? What's, you know, because it's either going one way or another. Either things are going really good, or you're finding out your business partners are not what you thought they were, or just that you've got to reshuffle things, or you're going through it for the first time right now. You know, and for Regulus, it's usually our shock activation stuff, because it is dealing with money and understanding too. When you have Regulus energy, you know, depending on what all your other star alignments are, you know, you're heavily involved in what's going on in the market, what's going on with gold, what's going on, whether you know it or not. Your energy is really involved in it, so you're being made to pay attention to those things. So what's going on in your world right now? Now, the other thing I'll add, that on this day specifically, it's the Scorpio moon. So since we're, and so it's going to be a really clear time, and when you're living through it, like if you're watching this right now, go make a note in a month to come back and watch this again. Because it's a really, 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 because we just had all these clearings. This is a new moon in a lot of ways, not just a new moon, but a new moon, and it's getting flushed right now of basically black magic residue, everything in the waters, the floods, Germany. I mean, wherever they prop up is where they prop up, but the the waters. But what that also is showing us clearly what spiritual battles and seeing exactly what we just came out of very clearly. Because when you're a pure ascended being and someone's sending, or you're pure and someone's sending, well, anytime anybody's sending any bad juju to you or anything like that, but I mean whenever you're a collective person and then they're sending it to you for the collective, right? Then what we're seeing is just a very clear understanding of the magic right now as the moon's taking this swipe through Scorpio right now at the beginning of degrees of Scorpio. So I mean, this is even the type of energy where you see something out the side of your eye, you know, you're like, you swear you just saw something go past you in the side of your eye, or we were talking about this the other, see, because I don't see, I'm lucky, I'm a Libra, got it, I'm glad I don't see like CCC shit, because and through these transits, like the one that's coming right now, that we're in right now, it's just starting to build. That's why I'm telling y'all about it, because this Regulus, it's all money energy in the realm. This is the reset. This is our so it's and it's not and you could even be, and a lot of us in different phases on different manifestations even, right? Because we've done so much in the past 2 years, so it just some of them might come flourishing, and then on the other ones you might get a quick ink in the eye just because you need to learn a quick lesson, because you can leap it. You can leap it and not have to have that experience, because we're dealing with Regulus energy. We're doing and if you are connected in these royal lines and you have etherically proven that through your ascension, then what starts happening at this phase, if you haven't done it already, and this is if you hold formal height, this is if you hold Regulus for sure, even some other of the ancient energies, but these two for sure, because we're dealing with the flip right now and us stepping into our roles. We all are. You will be tested basically to make sure that you don't make the past, or you're not about to make the same mistake that the ones who came before you that got as far as you and about what you're about to step into made, that fucked them up. And that could be on all types of dimensional perspectives. And when you're dealing with the royal lines here, I'm sorry, I'm like just hiding over here. Don't apologize to me. I'm like squatting over here doing a video about astronomy. And I'm going to finish up real quick because I didn't mean to be on here this long, but it needed to be stated. You're gonna, and it might even be, it could be as simple as someone coming to your door and offering you something and you being rude to them or something. It could even be something as simple as that, but then you're turning around and wanting to market a whole bunch of shit. It really could. It could be something as simple as that, or it could be something as major as what you're about to bring in is a connection that only you had on this planet from the dimension that you just came from, and you need to be at the right place at the right time to meet the right person energetically, and that's what you're heading to do. But that person's going to be set on the old record, and you're going to have to make sure to not make the like you're the one that's showing up in order to just renegotiate it on a conscious level. That's it. But that could be repeating stuff in your line that was like, King Henry, are you going to chop off her head? Are you going to try to kill her again? Are you going to just kill everybody? Like literally, if you're in those lines, you're going to be tested with those, because it's same events that are going to happen again if the wrong person jumps in those lead roles. And when you're dealing with Regulus on every count, no matter what, it's lead roles. Because now, especially because it's hybridized, and it doesn't matter what your name is, it's, are you catching the energy flow? Do you have the connections, right? And as Venus gets further to Virgo, it's going to get more and more and more intense for the world, to where y'all will start experiencing some of those things that my crew was dealing with 0 Point when I thought I was going nuts a little bit, and y'all did too a year or so ago. Whenever everything blew out around me and it was so 0 Point that people were putting stuff in my field and this and that, y'all aren't going to have to worry about it as much, but you will from a local perspective, because you really do have to reclaim back everything, because you have to see it, because basically it's just you, it's not anything attacking you, but it feels like it. But it's you having to be conscious that you need to claim these things as well. That it's attached to you, that it's there because of you, that you're it's a process. And as Venus goes to hit the new Virgo degrees of pure freaking frequency, when this baby starts really going, when Venus gets closer to 0 Point and all the way through Virgo. So right now is a really good time to see what's up with your Regulus, especially. Then if you see any type of black magic or any residue or things that show you that something was sent to you or whatever, just don't get emotional about it. Because that's how you figure out what they believed, at least energetically, your superpowers were. Because in a way, the more magic that you have down here, meaning the more energetic or whatever, it ends up being what locks you in. It's why it's the hardest thing to see in people like me. I need people like me to come tell me, because when you're the creator, you can't see it. Or if it's your magic, meaning if it's your creation and your illusion, you're the one who can't see it, because you see what I'm saying? Everyone else can see it, but to you, you can't see it until you make a clear cut, and then it's separated. And then an energy like this right now is where that's where you're going to start seeing things. So what is it that it was associated to? Because then that gives you an idea of at least what happened before in your line. So then you can understand what needs to happen next to transmute. Regulus, Scorpio man. Let's see what happens next. Hue us. Bye.